Welcome to Blow Up, where Reddit secrets ignite into wild tales. Today we've got 6 crazy stories, think birthday sabotage, hospital showdowns, and statistical burns. Ready to dive in? Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's blow this up. My birth mother isn't a great person. Just gonna put that out there. For my birthday one year, I think maybe my 14th birthday, she was mean about everything for no reason. She said things like, "Don't eat too much cake, you don't want the extra pounds. That's all you have planned? Because you don't have many friends." I planned to see a movie, have ice cream, and go to the bowling alley afterwards. Apparently she had already seen the movie because she told me all about the movie I was about to see. Later that night she was at the bowling alley. She got very loud and drunk. She talked very explicitly and got up to leave with 2 men. As she was leaving she said, "My daughter is OP, don't tell her I'm leaving with these guys." So everyone made fun of me for having a sexually promiscuous birth mother. The day after my birthday I went to her house to confront her about ruining my birthday. She said more hurtful things. So fine. I gathered up maybe about 15 or so crickets and let them loose in her bedroom. The first night I could hear the crickets but she did nothing. Second night same thing. The next day I caught her looking at her bedroom windows and asked her what she was doing. She said nothing and told me to go away. Next night she was angry and said I needed to go outside and stop the crickets from chirping. I wasn't quite sure how to do that, so I grabbed a drink, a snack, and a book. I spent a while outside reading and snacking, came back inside and told my birth mom I squished every cricket I could find. She said good. That morning I woke up to her sleeping on the couch. She was on the phone with one of her friends later telling her friend how horrible it was to get no sleep because all she could hear were crickets all night long. She caught me smiling and she accused me of doing something. I said, "I'm not sure what you mean. But if I did do something it would be well deserved, and then some for ruining my birthday and having school peers bully me because my mom left the bowling alley with 2 guys. She got very angry and kicked me out. I went to go and live with my grandmother again where I told her what happened. She told me that was a bad thing to do and then she cheered pop cans with me and smiled. Mom turned a birthday into a roast, so OP dropped a cricket concert. Genius. I bet she's still hearing chirps in her nightmares while grandma's like, naughty but nice. Someone get OP a prank trophy and mom a mute button. That's a birthday sting. If you were OP would you unleash crickets like they did or confront mom straight up? Was mom's behavior unforgivable or just messy? How would you get even? Drop your take below. And if you've pulled a petty revenge on family, spill it. I'm all ears for more blow-up-worthy chaos. Crickets for karma? OP's a legend. Blow Up crew, you're rocking it. Our next story from Reddit is a hospital hustle where a wife saved the day. If you're loving these secrets, smash that like button and let's keep the drama rolling. I am 36. Have a group of good friends from my last job that I still see regularly. We've all moved on to other jobs but still try to hang out every few months or so, depending on everyone's schedule. It's nothing fancy, usually just grab a bite to eat somewhere and catch up. The problem came at the end of last year. One of my friends became good friends with his coworker, I'll call Mike. Mike has slowly joined our friend group and has gone out to eat with us twice now. Now Mike is a great guy by all accounts, except he has expensive tastes and tries the "let's split the bill evenly," even if he's ordered more than anyone else. First time it happened, whatever, it wasn't too bad. The second time he ordered a full $20 more than anyone else. I should have stood my ground, but I'm too much of a people pleaser. It's something I'm working on. Well, I recently got a raise at work and wanted to celebrate with my friends. I suggested we go to a steakhouse for lunch, that way people could order off the lunch menu without spending too much. As soon as I mentioned it, Mike loved the idea. What a shocker, right? I've been seeing a bunch of posts lately about this sort of thing and the overwhelming comment is tell the server ahead of time that we'll be splitting the bill. So that is exactly what I did. We went out for lunch and everybody ordered reasonable lunch dishes except Mike. He got the steak and lobster. Since I was on the other corner of the table, I got to order last. Before I ordered, I asked everyone at the table if they were okay ordering separately. I wanted to splurge since I was celebrating and didn't want to make everyone else pay for it. Everyone was on board with it except for one person. I'll let you guess who that was. While we were all eating and catching up, Mike barely spoke to me. I think he was upset he had to pay his full meal. Oh well, it made my prime rib taste that much better. Mike thought he'd lobster his way to a free meal. Busted. I bet he's still sulking while OP's prime rib's singing. Someone get Mike a budget menu and OP a moocher slayer badge. Payback never tasted so juicy. That's a bill split beatdown. If you were OP would you trap a moocher like they did or split it anyway? Was Mike greedy or just clueless? How would you dodge his tap trick? Drop your thoughts below. And if you've outsmarted a cheapskate, spill it. I'm ready for more blow-up-worthy wins. Mike's wallet took a hit, sweet justice. Blow-up crew, your champs. Our next story from Reddit is an Autobahn showdown with a road rager. If you're loving these secrets, hit subscribe and let's keep the Reddit fireworks popping. We hired a new college graduate to work in the accounting department. Casey was irritating and always quoting statistics that agreed with the point he was trying to make. He would frequently say, "Statistics don't lie." About a year later, his boss resigned. On his first day, the new boss called for a meeting to get to know everyone. Employees in the accounting department dressed up. Men wore suits with ties, the women wore dresses or nice pants suits. The new boss did not. His attire that day was casual loafers, dockers, and a button-down shirt with no tie. He asked questions, and it became clear that he wasn't interested in people trying to sell themselves to the new boss. He was trying to get his arms around his new job and department. A couple times he interrupted the person speaking and asked for the short answer. For one, he said, "Cut the bullshit. Just answer the question." When Casey was called upon, the new boss stopped him a couple of times, once to ask about the numbers he was spewing out. When he added, "Statistics don't lie," the boss told him that you can make statistics say what you want to. When Casey started to correct him, he said, "I can quote you a statistic that is 100% accurate but totally meaningless." Casey told the boss in a very disrespectful tone that he would love to hear that one. The boss replied, "The average person has one testicle." Very accurate, but meaningless statistically. There was silence, then laughter. Casey gathered up his papers and walked out of the meeting. The boss, with a straight face, asked us if he was always this testy, to more laughter. From then on, when Casey started to get out of hand, someone would say something like, "You're a bit testy today," and that would shut him up. Casey's stats got neutered by a one-ball zinger. Brutal. I bet he still read while boss is smirking. Someone get Casey a calc timeout and boss a mic drop. Testy takedown of the year. That's a statistical slaughter. If you were OP, would you laugh Casey out like they did or spare him? Was boss savage or just schooling? How would you shut down a know-it-all? Drop your take below. And if you've seen a workplace roast, spill it. I'm starving for more blow-up-worthy burns. Wow, blow-up fam, those secrets were explosive. Which one hit hardest? Tell me below. I'm reading every comment. Smash that like button and subscribe for more Reddit fire. Thanks for chilling with me. Next time we've got crazier tales. You won't want to miss it. Catch you then. I got my nails done this morning at the same nail salon I've been patronizing for almost 2 years. It has 1,000 plus great reviews online and they have always done amazing work. They don't post their prices anywhere, but I've always paid $40 to $50. However, it hasn't been consistent, as in sometimes I would be asked to pay $50 and other times later $40. When I asked about the price, usually when it was $50, they would say I got a nice discount at $40 and standard was $50. The $10 never bothered me, so I never made a fuss about it and kinda chalked it up to more inexperienced front desk workers not tracking well to the established price. I also have gotten into the habit of asking the price before they start, but forgot to ask this AM because I was just getting my normal nails. Today I finished up my appointment and the front desk told me it was $70. I was surprised because I got them done last month and I'm pretty sure it was only $40. The lady said prices went up, which I felt should have been stated somewhere, but I know that businesses are nervous about the economy, so I understand a hike. I paid my bill and internally decided to find a new salon, not because they did anything wrong, but paying $70 for nails isn't worth it for me while there are cheaper places around, given the quality will almost definitely decrease. After I paid, I realized I left something at my seat. I had been quietly chatting with the lady sitting next to me during our appointments and we were getting the exact same service in different colors. As I went to grab my bag, I couldn't help making a quiet comment to her that $70 for our nails is crazy. Yes, this was a complaint, but also wanted to warn her about what to expect. She immediately got agitated and asked her nail tech how it could be this much, because she had never paid more than $30 for the service. She looked like she was going to cry and said she didn't have $70 for the service today. Her nail tech quickly tried to do damage control and said that since she was such a loyal customer, her price would be $30. This didn't really calm her down though. She asked how long I'd been going there and I said 2 years and she said she'd been coming for less than a year. At this point, other customers at the busy salon started paying attention to what was going on, and a few, 7 to 8, other people started sharing what they paid for their nails and it ranged from $30 to $70. At that point, I had my bag and no reason to stay, but as I left almost the whole salon was getting heated with everyone realizing that they actually don't have a set price for their services and just charge as much as they can get out of you. I will definitely be leaving a review and something tells me that the others there will as well. Smiley face. Salon tried to fleece OP, got a riot instead. Nail chaos. I bet they're scrambling while OP's like, $70? Peace out. Someone get them a price board and OP a megaphone. Manicure mutiny for the win. That's a polish uprising. If you were OP, would you spark the salon revolt like they did or just pay and dip? Was the salon scammy or just sloppy? How would you expose their game? Drop your thoughts below. And if you've busted a shady business, share it. I'm hungry for more blow-up-worthy rants. Nail salon got painted into a corner. Epic. Blow-up crew your legends. Our final story from Reddit is a workplace takedown with a statistical zinger. If you're loving these secrets, hit subscribe and let's wrap this up with a sharp finish. I live in Germany and was driving on the Autobahn in a section that had no speed limit, but was only 2 lanes. A semi-truck was passing another semi-truck on an uphill, so it was taking a while. I drove patiently behind the semi-truck in the left lane, waiting for him to finish passing so I could speed up again. Suddenly some dude in an Audi flies up behind me, getting so close I can't even see his headlights. He rides my ass for a few seconds until I happen to clean my rear windshield, spraying his car with windshield wiper fluid. This prompts him to back off to a safer following distance, but he is flashing his brights and has his left turn signal on, both universal signs that someone is in the left lane who shouldn't be. Now sometimes someone will do this not realizing you're stuck behind someone else. But I was behind a semi-truck. He could clearly see that I was stuck behind the truck. What did he want me to do? Go through the truck? But hey, I'll do as he asks. I drop back and get in the right lane, letting him take my spot behind the semi. I then promptly get behind him, turn on my turn signal, and start flashing my brights non-stop. I can see him getting angrier and angrier, but there's nothing he can do. Finally, the truck finishes passing and gets back in the right lane and the Audi absolutely takes off. Unfortunately for him, we had entered a 120 km/h zone and I saw the telltale flash of a speed camera. He slowed down and then ended up exiting at the next rest stop, presumably to cool down. I'd like to think he learned his lesson and won't drive like that in the future, but I doubt it. Audi jerk got a fluid bath and a speed trap. Ouch. I bet he's still cursing while OP's cruising smug. Someone get him a chill driver manual and OP a road boss crown. Karma's got a lead foot. Blow up fam, that's a highway roast. If you were OP, would you troll a tailgater like they did or just ignore? Was Audi guy unhinged or just impatient? How would you school a road rager? Tell me below. And if you've pulled a driving stunt, share it. I'm dying for more blow-up-worthy speed. Audi guy ate dust. OP's the road king. Blow up squad your legends. Our next story from Reddit is a nail salon scam that sparked a riot. If you're hooked, hit that like button and let's dive into more chaos. I used to work night shift as a nurse. One night many years ago, I received a patient on my unit from the emergency room. My patient was accompanied by his lovely wife. When I introduced myself to them as being their nurse, I noticed immediately he was in severe pain. I reviewed his chart and orders. The doctor had not ordered any pain medications for him, just written to admit him to the unit. I called the doctor who told me he was not going to order anything until he reviewed the patient's chart and saw them. I was confused because he did see them in the emergency room, so why the delay? I tried to ask, but he insisted he would be up to the unit soon and then hung up. I apologized to the patient and the wife, relaying the doctor's message. Several minutes later, the doctor comes up and I ask him again for any pain medications I could give as my patient was still having severe pain. The doctor told me no, then proceeded to gather a bunch of charts, sit at the nursing station and ignore me. I went back to the patient's room again, apologized and told them that the doctor was here but was wanting to review charts first before making orders. The wife, I could tell, was becoming angry as her poor husband had been having severe pain with no relief. She asked me where the doctor was and I gladly escorted her to the nursing station. I told the doctor that the patient's wife wanted to talk to him. I remember her ripping into him about the weight, her husband's suffering and his refusal to write for any medication. He immediately apologized and gave me orders for medications that could be given immediately. So yay for family members who can yell at doctors because I can't. Doc thought he'd dodge pain meds, then Wifezilla roared. I bet he's still shaking while OP's like, pass the popcorn. Someone get this lady a megaphone and Doc a speed reading course. Team wife for the win. Blow up fam, that's a spousal smackdown. If you were OP, would you sick the wife on the dock like they did or keep pushing solo? Was Doc lazy or just swamped? How would you get that order? Tell me below. And if you've seen a family member unleash hell, share it. I'm craving more blow-up-worthy wins. That wife flipped the script. Doc didn't stand a chance. Blow up squad, you're killing it. Our next story from Reddit is a friend group food fight with a moocher. If you're hooked, hit that like button and let's dive into more petty justice.